So, how many of you have seen those videos of Twitch streamers completely smashing their keyboard? Well, the next time someone asks that, you can all say that you've seen it, because there's one right there. So, fortunately today, I'm not actually going to be destroying a keyboard. I'm actually talking about rhythm games. So, when you hear rhythm games, you're probably thinking of something like Dance Dance Revolution or Guitar Hero. And those have nothing to do with keyboards, so what gives? Well, a rhythm game is defined as a game that tests a player's sense of rhythm and guides them to hit certain visual cues. In reality, this term is actually really broad, and it can refer to any of these 4 games, plus many more. I've been playing rhythm games since I was about 9, when I got my first iPod Touch, and I've experienced and watched so many that I can't even count. But today I'm going to be talking about Osumania in specific. This is categorized as a 4-key or a 4K rhythm game. And I'm going to be talking about the basic skill sets, such as jacks and streams, and I'm going to be throwing in a couple personal tips. So where do we begin? First of all, you need to orient yourself. Most 4K rhythm games keep you on DFJK, because this is common typing practice, but they'll let you rebind these keys. If this isn't comfortable for you, don't try to force it to work. DFJK keeps my hands a little too close together and keeps my shoulders a bit cramped, so I prefer to use ZX period and /. So after that, you need some beat maps to play. Osu usually comes with a couple beat maps already installed, but those are for the standard game mode. So you want to go to the Osu website, go to the beat maps section, and change your search preferences to Osumania. Then you can search for any song you want and hope that someone has mapped it. Once you download the map, you can click on the file and the game will automatically launch it. So with all that out of the way, we can start talking about the skill sets. First, I want to start talking about jacks. These are formally known as jackhammers because that's what your finger looks like when you're playing this pattern. It's basically hitting one key over and over again really fast. This can also be subcategorized into chord jacks. These are basically the same, except now instead of one note over and over again, it can be spread across anywhere between 2 and 4 fingers, and it can be played in any pattern you can possibly think of. My personal tip for playing these is to keep your wrists firm, but also a little bit relaxed. Relaxing your wrist helps you to get a full position reset, so then you can hit the next chord really quickly, and also keeping your wrists firm prevents your wrist from flopping around like this, because all that extra movement is going to drain your stamina. The next set of skills are streams. In their most basic form, streams are defined as a continuous string of notes. They're usually really fast and really long, so these are the real stamina drainers. These can also be subcategorized into a couple different streams, such as jump streams. A jump stream is a normal stream, but every now and then, one of your hands are going to do a little jump and hit a 2-note chord. There's also hand streams, which are essentially the same as jump streams, but instead of a 2-note chord, you're now hitting a 3-note chord. The reason this is called a hand stream is because traditionally you're only using 2 fingers per hand, and to hit a 3-note chord, you're obviously going to need to use both hands. So there's also a couple of abstract types of streams, such as jack streams and quad streams, but you usually don't see those until the really high levels of play. Lastly, there's stairs. The naming for this is pretty obvious. They look like stairs. They're sort of similar to streams, except they aren't prolonged. So for streams, I forgot to say this, my personal tip for playing streams is to keep your wrists low to the keyboard, because this is going to help you hit a lot more notes quicker. And also when you start getting tired, you can start rotating your wrists instead of actually moving your fingers. Stairs are a little bit the same. Instead of actually using your fingers, you can play them a little bit faster by simply rotating your wrist in the direction that the stair is going. So, in conclusion, rhythm games are pretty easy to get into. They're competitive in nature, but you can always play and improve on your own time, at your own pace. So, if you're looking for a game to play, just remember, smashing your keyboards was an option.